Hey y'all, Amber here with two book reviews, both books being library books, which therefore I do not have them as I returned them this past week. The first book that I'll be reviewing is The Blue Diary by Alice Hoffman. It's always harder for me to talk about books that I've loved over books I've disliked, but here we go. This book blew me away. I wasn't expecting to love this book as much as I did, as I've been struggling to find a book by her that I could enjoy since reading and loving The Dove Keepers. But I did, and I'm happy that it surprised me. The writing was the best part of this book. She created such an atmosphere and story that wrapped itself around me and sucked me in. I could have read it straight through if I hadn't had other things to do. So, Blue Diary deals with a secret that a highly respected townsperson has been keeping and now has been revealed. The fallout of this is different with each person that this book focuses on in turns, but it was so fascinating to see how it was handled, especially the wife. More than anything, I see this as a character study of this town, and I absolutely loved it. I've always loved character studies, and I think it's just so fascinating to see not only like how it physically affects them, but psychologically affects them, and this deals with all of that, and I think that she's handled it very realistically. It seemed to create a almost dream-like atmosphere and story, which makes sense, especially because the wife kept hoping it was like a dream in a way. It felt like she was hoping for it to be that way, and just the way it must have felt for these people to have somebody who you couldn't possibly think anything negative of them to have such a big secret. And I just absolutely loved seeing the effect of it on this town, how each person coped and dealt with the secret and how it made them see this person differently. I would highly recommend this if you are into character studies as I am, or if you've already read something by Hoffman before and you already know that you like her, because I think that she is very hit or miss. So I think that when it comes to this, maybe if you've read a book with a similar writing style or feel, maybe, and you like that, maybe you would enjoy this also. I would definitely recommend it, but go into it cautiously because, like I said, she is a hit or miss author. You may have already guessed it, but I've given this one 5 stars. The next book that I'll be talking about is The Buddha in the Attic by Julie Otsuka. This one sadly didn't live up to expectations. This is about Japanese women who immigrate to the US and the lives they lead when and since they arrive. What happened to these women is saddening, and then when World War II happened and the concentration camps. But instead of making me feel that, instead of bringing me in close, she left me on the outside. This has a lot to do with the way she tells the story, which wasn't much of a story. It read like she wanted to compact all of Japanese American women's experience into a book that was under 200 pages long, and I was left reading a list. It lacked focus and stayed on the surface of something that could have been deep and heartfelt. I wanted to really get an understanding of their experience, to really feel the emotions and that these women experienced, and to understand what their lives were like at this time. But there were just too many people, there was too lack of a focus, and the fact that it read like a list kept me from that. So sadly, I had to give this 2 stars. I do think that I would read something else by this author, as her writing is pretty strong. It's just how she put it together was her downfall. That is all from me. I would love to discuss these 2 books down below with y'all. Have you read them before? Do you have any good recommendations for books dealing with Japanese Americans during World War II, other than Farewell to Manzanar? Also, I would love to hear what you've been reading. Thank you all so much for watching, and see you next time.